My top 3 thrones, easily. Right, I was on proper Dawley pub then. Back in my mouth talking about throne I don't. My top 3 thrones, easily, right? You got a throne of skulls.
In at 1.
In at 1, throne of skulls.
Okay.
Number 2.
In at
2. You go Iron Throne, Game of Thrones. There's a picture of me on my Facebook sat in the on the Iron Throne. I was a lot fatter then, so I barely fit in it. A bit like Robert more than anything, but you know, I like it. 11 grand I got one priced up.
Whoa. Wow.
I offered him a pie. They refused.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, then you want your time
In at
machine.
3.
In at 3, you want your vintage 1968 time machine movie, golden chair with a clock behind you, don't you?
I just wanted a nice little barber's chair, and I got one for free off Facebook sales the other day. My dreams have already come true. But it makes my list look shit compared to yours.
But now you're going to be like the Sweeney Todd and Manners-Lee, where
you're a barber surgeon.
Barber surgeon? You'll be taking teeth out, cutting hair, cutting feet off. Oh, I've got a diabetic foot barber surgeon, Claire. Oh, I can have that off for you in 2.5 minutes. That'll be 3 guineas, please.
Roger, roll, Discovery.
I'm Ben. I'm here hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
And Claire. The barber surgeon of Manners-Lee.
You want to tell them what they're listening to?
You listen to Cutting the Bun, the Poster of the Apocalypse, and it's a movie episode that has nothing to do with the movie. We're not talking about Sweeney Todd this week. We're in fact covering the excellent film Edge of Tomorrow, or Live.Die.Repeat, or All You Need Is Kill. If you want to go down the manga route. All you need is kill. That's an alternate reality Beatles. That's what I love about it. But let's first, before we get into that, let's thank some new and returning listeners. So where shall I start with? Spokane. Is that Washington State? WA?
Yeah.
Cairo in Egypt. Christchurch in New Zealand. I hope to God that's the wizard that got sacked.
Yeah. Earlier.
You know the weird news?
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, the Wizard of Christchurch. Check out our weird news episode with that. He's unemployed. He's hashtag Wizard of Christchurch. Falls Church, Virginia. Bilbao, Spain. Franco in the Netherlands. Frankfurt am Main in Germany. Oranjestad in Aruba. Never had that one before. And Sofia, Bulgaria. New Haven, New York. I'm into the top 10. Victoriaville in Canada. Chicago, Illinois. Guadalajara, Spain, Boardman, Oregon, and Ashburn, Virginia is number 1 this week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, yeah.
Indeed.
Right, let's crack on with the film. I'm going to go on the primary page. Fucking hell. There we go. So, 2014, this movie. Set in the year 2020. IMDb rating is 7.9. So I think we'll all agree that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. It's a really good film, isn't it?
I liked it.
You watched it for the first time today,
First time this evening, yeah.
Yeah, so
I watched it for the second time. I watched it when it first came out. And it was like watching a new film. It's been that long ago.
I actually really loved this movie. I've watched it many times. It's a drunk film go-to for mine. If I want to watch something where I haven't got to pay too much attention, but it still draws my attention just enough, so there's huge explosions and gunfire, things like that, then I'll watch it. And
a bit of humour.
And a bit of humour. It's got to keep me
it?
engaged as well, but yeah, it always steals my attention. It's directed by Doug Liman, starring Tom Cruise as William Cage, Emily Blunt as Rita Vitowski, Bill Paxton, sadly in his last film.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.D. to you, he's Master Sergeant Fowler, and Brendan Gleeson as General Brigham. You know, Brendan Gleeson is from the Harry Potter franchise.
And in Bruges.
And in Bruges, that's actually a really good film, In Bruges.
I haven't watched that.
Oh, it's all in black and white, Colin Farrell and him in it, it's the pair of hitmen, it's great. We're not there to talk about that though. So, The film takes place in the year 2020, where Earth is invaded by an alien race called the Mimics, which hit the Earth in 2015 via a meteorite. Now, Cruise plays Bill Cage. He's a major in the US Army and a public relations officer. No combat experience at all. And he goes into London. He thinks he's just there to do a bit of PR. He's going to coordinate the filming of the invasion, which is going to take place.
It's going to be like Normandy, isn't it?
It's going to be like D-Day. He's like, right, we need guys to go in. Like, you're a frontline cameraman, no Bill. And he's like, nah, I don't do that.
Well, he said he's just there to get recruits, isn't he? To do the filming, to sort of,
Propaganda, yeah.
Yeah, propaganda, glorify it and get the troops.
Yeah, because they've just got the the new jacket tech, the exo jacket. Which is like, you've probably seen the exo suits that we've got in development. Think a scaled down version of Ripley's power loader in Aliens.
Or the ones in the Matrix, the third film.
Yeah, a scaled down version of that. It's like,
or Call of Duty fans, Infinite Warfare, the sort of...
that's the best description.
That's the best description, because they've got body suits. These have gone a little bit further, where they've got guns coming off their backs as well as their arms, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's a nifty suit.
These are sweet as fuck. I love these suits. I love the design of these suits as well for the movie.
I don't know if there's enough armour over... There's still bits of flesh exposed, I think. I think that they could do with covering that up.
It's early on in the prototype, maybe,
Yeah.
They haven't got that far in the line.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose these things are like, they've equalled the playing field a little bit, but these things are still like fucking deadly, aren't they, these mimics? And that's the best part of this movie. You don't really catch a full glimpse of them early on.
No.
Yeah, I love the exosuits though, I do. But no one knows how to use them. Apart from Tom Cruise as he learns, but they're just like giving them to these troops who are going to launch the most important invasion ever in human history.
Well, they've used them before because the
the
Angel of Verdun used.
Yeah, but these guys don't know how to use them. The ones he's with,
not to their full training,
but not to their full potential.
No.
Not like he learns to do. They could. These things could win a war, but no one knows how to use them.
Well, the war's been going on for 5 years, hasn't it?
Mm.
It landed in 2015.
It's true. So basically, Tom Cruise tries to blackmail the general, doesn't he?
Stupidly, yes.
Like, look, I could make this invasion sound very bad for you if it goes wrong. Might lose your job there. Maybe you don't put me on the front line.
And he goes, okay.
Yeah. Bad news is, of course, he's been transferred to his command. He can do what he wants to him, so he busts him down to private, has him arrested. Next thing you know, he wakes up, he's being kicked by some bloke shouting, "On your feet, maggot!" Which is a recurring theme of this movie.
Yeah. Always restarts back there, doesn't it?
That's it. It's always restarts. That is his restart point. Right there, the start of the day. Let's face it, he gets put into, he's a deserter. He meets his Bill Paxton. He's been demoted, he's been assigned to J Squad under the command of Master Sergeant Fowler, who's Bill Paxton. However, the invasion does go tits up. Does it not?
It doesn't go well, does it?
In the first few seconds, someone's got crashed into by a huge ship. Another one's been
they're in these suits, aren't they?
Out, haven't they?
They're suspended.
Yeah, the drop ships.
Yeah, they have to drop down to the land. That's insane bit, that is.
Oh yeah, something crashes into the side of their drop ship as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is great. I love the combat scenes of this. This is what I want an alien war movie to be.
Yeah, you can't argue with it. It's top notch, isn't it?
It is.
And the aliens, then we see the aliens, don't we?
Yeah, but they're like weird metallic squiddy things.
I put metallic fire octopuses with tentacles of death.
Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, got spikes on the end, haven't they?
They can fire rockets. They're shooting gunships at the sky. And they'll dice you apart if they're too close, and that's when we get Rita Babowski in combat.
They're a bit like the what they're called in the Matrix.
In the Matrix, the
Sentinels. A bit like them, aren't they?
Yeah, they look a little bit like them.
Unless you've got a rotor blade sword.
That's awesome.
The full metal bitch.
Yeah.
She's a badass.
He doesn't even know how to get his safety off, does he? Because he's been labelled as a deserter, thrown into the thing, thrown into the crucible of combat.
He's going, help me guys, how do I get the safety off?
Yeah, I don't know, Oh, he's got nothing.
But the invasion's a trap, innit?
It is, but despite his inexperience, he managed to kill an unusually large mimic with explosives, and he dies covered in its blood. He wakes up and finds himself back at Heathrow in the previous morning, but no one believes his story that the invasion is doomed, and he repeats the loop of dying on the beach and waking at Heathrow over and over, but becoming more competent in combat because he knows what's going on.
That's it, learns to predict what's going to happen.
Think of it like Call of Duty. You're playing the game, playing the story mode, you die, you respawn, you do the same bit again. But this time he has to start from getting kicked awake with get up maggot.
Yeah.
Go and do it all again.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a deserter. Yes, they're playing cards.
It's Groundhog Day.
It is.
This is Groundhog Day mixed with Alien War, and I love it.
Yeah.
And then he meets, obviously, Sergeant Rita Vitosi, the Angel of Verdun. The one battle we did win, because they let us win it, to get us over cocky, to get us overconfident. So we'd launch his full-scale invasion. She went through the same thing of waking up, dying, waking up, dying, waking up, and that's the only reason we won Verdun.
Yeah.
When she sees that he knows the movements of attacking mimic in advance, she tells him to locate her the next time he wakes up, and then they both perish in the explosion of a gunship behind her. So when Cage next awakes, he finds her, usually going through the same loop again, wake up maggot, and then rolling under a truck, getting his head crushed the first time.
Yeah.
You know, oh, it's fantastic. But the thing is, that's a day wasted then, isn't it?
Well, it's not a whole day, is it?
Well, no, it's
Few
not.
hours. But I know what you mean, yeah.
So it's a respawn point gone,
Yeah.
and you go back to the original save point.
That's fucking annoying in games.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, it's terrible.
You're like,
You're just shy of the save point, you're dying, you're going to go through another 5-6 minutes of hectic action. And all he's got to do is survive the barracks room and then rolling under a truck. But how many times out of 5 did you get that right? 4 maybe, but you peak, you're always going to lose 1, aren't you?
yeah, 1 in 10, easy. 1 in 5.
You got to.
Do you think he's feeling the pain when he's dying?
Yeah.
Getting crushed? Oh.
I think he feels the pain of every death he's in.
Until the brain switches off, yeah.
She does shoot him quite a few times, doesn't
Breaks his back one time, not even his training.
she? Yeah. On his leg.
I can only feel my lips.
Bang. Even if they get stuck in an impossible
He has
situation.
to die every day, doesn't he?
That's it. The point is, if he dies within the 24 hours, the day resets, they start again, and then he wakes up getting kicked awake on the 8th Heathrow Airport tarmac, goes through the entire thing, has to explain to her. You can only assume he gets faster each time, because they're planning.
Well, they want to use him now, don't they?
Yeah.
Because he's a weapon.
That's it.
Powerful weapon. It's already improved at Verdun. She used the same trick and managed to fight them back. Whether it was planned or not by the mimics to let them have it, maybe it wasn't.
I think it was an accident. It's an unfortunate side effect, I
Yeah.
think, for them. I think it's their one weakness.
Well, it is really, isn't it? Because if anyone gets killed by an alpha
Yeah.
and takes the alpha with them, then they absorb the blood or whatever, and they get the power off the
Pilot,
aliens.
Yeah, yeah.
But maybe in all the planets they've encountered, maybe that's never happened. Because you see that the line when they're in the beach invasion, when Tom Cruise first kills that mimic, he's behind the enemy's gun line. They've advanced. They're pushing us back. They've killed everybody. He's stuck in a hole. He grabs the claymore. The alpha emerges, notices him, goes to kill him. Obviously, he detonates the claymore, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Gets covered in the blood. Maybe that's never happened because the alpha's like a bit behind, isn't it?
But it happened in Verdun.
Well, yeah, maybe. All right, yeah, but maybe
It
this
must have happened.
It's just luck, I guess.
I'm sure there was a line that the humans are their only
Only weakness.
weakness. That's it. Yeah.
I don't know. But he's going through these loops over and over. Every single time he's getting Rita, they're training. He's like, okay, we need to go 30 paces to the left. There's a mimic is going to appear from a burnt-out gunship to your right, 30 degrees, and they're going through it. It's like a dance routine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
obviously she gets that wrong once. The idea is they both kill it. If she dies and he lives through that next day, then she's dead forever.
Yeah, he doesn't want that, obviously, does he?
Because he starts falling in love with her because he's doing this thousands of times.
Yeah.
And he's breaking her down. He knows what to say over the court.
I mean, the psychological trauma must be immense.
Oh my god, how would you stay sane?
It's like PTSD times 1,000,000.
You know, there's got to be some really...
You know when they say they relive the moment over and over again, that sort of triggered it? Well, they are literally reliving the moment over and over again.
Yeah.
The death.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have been living this same day over and over again millions of times.
He could have done this a million times. He could have done it so many million times. It's unreal because...
And he could go the other way and become a complete psychopath and be immune to it.
Yeah.
He does keep his humanity in check, to be fair.
Isn't
He's quite sane. Because I think I would go completely insane.
But isn't it different?
I'm on the verge now. If that happened to me.
That's what,
Can you imagine it?
But think of it this way, you're fighting an alien invader. Now, shooting humans, yes, that causes PTSD because they look like us. And on some level we know we could connect with that individual. That's what causes... And you know he's got a family and a mom and a dad. This is an alien and all he wants to do is destroy the earth. Yes, you get PTSD from seeing your mates die.
That's what I mean.
You get PTSD from killing them, though.
No. From seeing your loved one, he loves her, and seeing her die every time, horrific ways.
Yeah. You think he went really dark sometimes, and he just...
It's like a bit when he went to the pub and just said, "Fuck it, I'm going to the pub."
Yeah. I love that.
There's got to be times like that where you're going to need a day off, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah. And I love the old gammons in the pub. Oh, Battle of Britain. Oh, wouldn't have happened with our grandparents' generation. Oh, yeah, he fought on D-Day. Oh.
They weren't fucking fighting time-controlling aliens.
No, that's it. They were fighting Nazis. Not
a bit of
time.
a difference.
It's fucking mental, but...
I mean, let's talk about that. The aliens being able to control time. I mean, what a fucking weapon. It's like playing chess and you know the opponent's moves. It's like me playing you and I know your every move. And if you're going to lose every game, I'm going to spank you every single time. I know what you're going to do.
So how do they not know what Tom Cruise is doing then?
Because he lost the power.
Yeah.
He's got the power now, hasn't he?
Yeah. The idea is if an alpha's killed, the Amiga immediately resets today. Because it's like, oh shit, need them.
Yeah. But he's got the power now to, every time he dies, it resets. Yeah. It's out of control of the alien. That's all they need to find him. Mm-hmm. And they leave that trap for him, don't they, later on? That's
it, that's what we get to. After so many loops, the mimic, the Amiga will start to try and track you down because you're glitching its links, you're glitching its system. It's all one hive mind.
Do you think they're from the fourth dimension?
Well, they came from space.
On an asteroid, wasn't it?
On an asteroid?
Yeah, but do you think, like, because they can control time, can't they? Because, like, you got the first spatial dimension, which is a straight line, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you got 2D, which is width and length. Mm-hmm. And you got 3D, which is height included, which is the one we're in.
Yeah.
And then if you think, if they're in the fourth dimension...
It goes infinite directions, it'd be like, yeah.
Time wouldn't flow in the direction that we see it. They'd be able to control it, wouldn't they?
Well, they'd be able to see what was about to happen anyway, wouldn't they?
Well, that's what I mean. So that means that are they from the fourth dimension?
Well, they wouldn't have come to Earth anyway because they would have not known this was going to happen, wouldn't they?
Well, no, because we can interact with 2D, can't we?
I don't know. Either way, they can
reset the day. If they're fourth dimension, they can interact with third dimension. Think of it like Monsters Inc. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Where they go through doors and they appear anywhere that they want.
Yeah.
That's what power they would have.
Whoa.
So this is that power, isn't it?
Yeah, because whatever we do, they can alter it.
Yeah.
They can change it. So we go, okay.
They can just go back on the timeline and say, "We'll go back a day."
That's it.
Stop that from happening.
It doesn't matter whatever we do. So if we go, okay, today we're going to land at Normandy, and like D-Day is a homage, and they go, oh, good, caught us out, reset the day, let's get everyone there. You've kept to the move immediately. Yeah. Mm. So we don't know your enemy's moving in advance, isn't it? You're always in position to block him, and you can lose the first time, and you can just go back. But they go.
So they'd have a massive advantage over anyone in the third dimension, i.e. us. This would give them that power.
Yeah, that's true. But because they need him, they need to get his power back. They need him dead, so they can get out of this loop themselves. They must be stuck in the same loop. Every time he dies,
yeah, they get sent back.
He becomes basically the best soldier in the army, doesn't he? I mean, the guy's fucking immense.
Well, he could have been in a million battles.
That's it. He's
I mean, the ultimate veteran.
Yeah.
More than the unkillable soldier.
That's true, yeah.
What was his name?
Oh,
Dutch Belgian, wasn't he?
The Dutch-Belgian guy who fought in the Boer War for the Brits. Lost every bit of himself everywhere.
He's just waltzing through and he's shooting them all.
I mean, that guy's like a patch on this guy if he's done it a million times.
That's it, really. There comes a point where Rita doesn't make it past that day, does she? The helicopter moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, well, we've never got past this. You've never got past this. You don't survive any further. But she's still like, well,
Yeah, because
I don't care.
he has a vision, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And the Amiga at a dam in Germany.
Yeah. And she'd said that she'd had visions
Yeah.
as well, and that was just before she was about to lose the power.
Yeah.
Or that, well, you know,
Because they're getting close to finding
yeah,
you.
close to finding them.
But this is quite a grim bit, isn't it? Because he's lured to that dam in Germany. He thinks the Amiga is a trap. There's another alpha there with a bunch of hive mind ones.
And they want his blood.
They want his blood. They've got to get his blood back.
They don't want to kill him, they just want to bleed him.
Yeah, bleed him out. And he drowns himself.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus. I suppose at that point, you don't fear death. It's a minor inconvenience, isn't it?
It's just another experience.
You've experienced every single death you could possibly have, haven't you?
Yeah.
So it's just a minor
Just
inconvenience.
like eating different bits of food, you sample them all, don't you?
I think this is
I would always like to be electrocuted.
Fuck that. They can't be that grim dark with it. But dying in combat's one thing, but just genuinely just offing myself every day, no thanks.
Yeah, well, I didn't like Bill Murray character at one point. He just keeps committing suicide.
Oh yeah, of course.
You want to experience everything, wouldn't you?
Not
What's a
if you're
smack overdose like?
Well, not if you're feeling the pain.
But you're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, but you know that pain's only temporary, and you're gonna come back, and you're gonna be alive, and you're gonna be fine.
I think I just prefer the shot through the head every day.
Just wake up and go bang, bang, bang.
You're gonna live a couple of days. At least I'd have some fun with it. I'd break some laws. I'd do stuff I wasn't supposed to do.
Because I'm streaking.
That's quite. Whoa, I was on a different level to you. Fair enough. Wow. Well, that's where your mind went to. Do you want to run through a field of corn? A field of hay?
Yes, naked as the day I was born.
No, I was going to go on a fucking killing spree.
With aliens or...
No people, just anyone that's pissed me off that day. Anyway, I'm in the shop, some fuckers pissing around their lottery ticket. Fuck it, bang in the head. You know, I'm just going to
Someone
go...
pisses on your hush puppies.
Someone's pissing on you. I go to the pub, someone pisses on me hush puppies. Bang! Barman doesn't notice me quick enough. Bang! And then I just do myself for the police get there. You'd go through some dark periods, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah.
But you know,
And then you want to try everything that was ever possible. Bungee jumping, skydiving.
I don't know if you're in a
Flying a
skydive.
helicopter.
I don't know if you're in a skydive in the middle of an alien war. Unless you're training for the parachute regiment.
Yeah, that's it, just get yourself off the training ground and pretend that you signed up.
Just pretend. And then just walk off at the end.
Driving a tank, I know you've done that.
We had 20 guys here, but 21 have turned up on Moo Boss.
It's hard if you just shoot him in the head. Just do it yourself.
Oh, the droning yourself is too much for me, I'm sorry.
That's the one that made me go, oh, no.
I'll take dying in battle, I'll take getting shot in the head, or killed by the enemy, but I don't want to drown myself.
No, but at that point he's got no choice, has he?
No.
If he dies, if they get his blood, then humanity's dead.
That's it, yeah, I guess.
No pressure. No pressure in this film at all.
No, there's no pressure at all. No pressure. Right, so basically, they decide, right, I'm fed up of fucking going to the beach. We're not getting anywhere going to the beach. You can't get past the helicopter bit, so we're going to try a different tack. We're going to go to Whitehall. We're going to infiltrate the MOD, obtain a prototype built by Dr. Carter, who had figured all this shit out. The wonderfully named Dr. Carter. Great name, Carter. Truth, honesty, integrity. Not Jimmy Carter's my last name. One day I'll be Prime Minister. Probably.
God help us all that day.
The idea is that this machine taps into the Amiga's brainwave, so they basically sit there and tell this General Brigham the story over and over. Every loop, to the point where Rita's probably just shooting him in the head for fun at one point. Or he's asking Rita to, because this general will not do it. To the point where he has to go in and literally predict everything that's going to happen, and then finally he gives him the fucking prototype, but still betrays him.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
They come out of the building, don't they? And then
That's
there's armed guards there.
There's a bit of a car chase, and Cage is injured, and he wakes up in the hospital to find...
Before that, he stabs himself with the...
Oh, he stabs himself with the transponder, which locks the Amiga to him. He realises that the transponder is under the Louvre Pyramid in Paris, the Louvre Art Gallery, which is where the Mona Lisa is, amongst other fine art galleries. Other art galleries are available.
I'm not sure the science works with that, stabbing you in the leg, and all of a sudden
You start having
you're a
visions.
transponder and you're having visions of where there's a... I think they glossed over the science a bit there and just went,
He's a
we need
genius.
something
It's
here.
called Carter, therefore he's a genius. That's all you need to know.
Oh, they're just leaving a bit to your own imagination there, aren't they, I suppose?
I guess it's something to do with locking in the DNA, which is the Omega searches for some telepathic wave and making fan leaps.
I think they just needed some way for them to know where it was, and this was the best way they could come up with.
Yeah,
Well,
well, whatever.
it's a bit iffy, this bit, but it's only bit of the film that I'm a bit critical of. But
Sorry, I forget you are science officer, technically. In fact, he's had transfusion now, he's had a car crash, he's lost the ability. He's lost it. Witowski frees him, and they go to J Squad, which is the squad that Cruiser's jumping in with the first time, to help destroy the Amiga before the invasion begins. Jetting off at night. I want a J Squad spin-off movie to this. A prequel where they all meet up at Verdun or something in the Battle of Verdun, and they end up in J Squad.
you're saying there is a sequel coming,
No,
isn't you?
there is, but I want a prequel.
Yeah.
I want the start of this war. I want these individual members to come together and form some kind of... Because J Squad, they're a bit fuck-uppy, aren't they? You got the one guy who fights in a jockstrap, which would be me, right? Because there's no... If I'm going to die, I'm going balls out. I'm going commando.
They're just one of the lucky few that made it through, aren't they, really?
Oh yeah, I mean, they're invading with, like they say, like 800,000 troops, which is 70 nations' armies, but there's still no conscription in the fucking country. There's still no conscription in Britain. The Americans aren't over yet. The Russians and the Chinese are on one side, and there's another 70 nations on the other. But there's a few Americans there, but there's not loads.
I'd be a conscientious objector.
Well, in the event of an alien invasion, you'd be a conscientious objector.
Make peace, not war.
They don't want peace. All right, you can, tell you what, we'll drop you over onto the beaches of France, and you can go and tell them.
I will. Give me a welcome wagon, I'll be sure.
You've been fun with the welcome wagon guy flying over the helicopter, blinking lights, just annoying them. What if they were epileptic? You haven't thought about that?
I'm in the
To
welcome
his
wagon.
advantage.
Could do. Or what if they just get really annoyed and fly into a murderous rage? I love the bit of J-Squad self-sacrifice moment with Claymore Mine and dropships crashing and all that. It was a good scene. I do think this... I like the... With this movie, I think the final third, weirdly, is probably one of my... is the weakest part of the film for me. I still enjoy it, but I really enjoy the loops and the... and all that, and I think that the finale kind of is still good, but it's a bit anticlimactic, because in a way, I don't know. What did you think?
They had to end it somewhere, didn't they? And you know,
They did, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, I love this movie. I think it's great, but I just
At
think
that point, it's a new day for both of them, isn't it?
Mm.
The alien and the humans. This is, they haven't seen this, they haven't rehearsed it.
it can't
Everybody's
be,
on it.
yeah.
Even Stevens in it, fair fight.
And if he does
First
kill,
time.
and if he does kill the Amiga, it's game over for them.
Yep.
It all resets then.
Yep. It's a critical point, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they can't respawn, so they got one chance to do it.
That's it.
I think it's alright.
I think it's, yeah, okay, well, Witowski sacrificed herself as well. She kisses him this time to thank him for getting as far as he did. That's the weird thing. She's living every day as the first day again, and he's coming back and It's crazy, really.
Fucking with the mind.
Fucking with her mind. Over a course of time, he is going to get to sleep with her. If he hasn't already. Dead or alive.
Oh.
Whether she wanted to or not.
Is that in the outtakes, is it?
I don't know.
Necrophilia.
Maybe. The necrophilia outtake. Who knows? The alpha kills the toadskis. They can't kill an alpha because that'll reset the day. Mm-hmm. So if you're face to face with an alpha, you can't kill it.
But this is why couldn't they kill it but kill themselves so they get the blood on them so they've got the power back again?
Oh yeah, but then you've got then the day resets again.
Yeah, but
so you go back to the start of that day, and Tom and Cage and Probowski, you got to recruit them again. You've got to go through all that. You're just resetting the thing again, aren't you? Then you end up with Edge of Tomorrow 3, where the guy gets woke up with "Wake up, maggot." And it's a different dude this time. Well, he wakes up in J Squad's barracks and has to go and figure it all out again.
Why would it be a different dude?
Because let's say it's not Tom Cruise, it's not Cage or Probowski.
Well, it was. I want about them two at the end. Why don't they
blow
themselves up and get the blood on them?
Yeah, but that is a possibility.
And then they've got fail-safe then, because at the moment they've only got one chance to do it. If they fail, humanity's dead.
Yeah.
This way, okay, they've got to restart the day and they've got to get the... They don't really need to go back to the chief guy, do they, and get that contraption thing.
No, they'd have it.
Because they know where it is now. So they wouldn't need to... They just need to go and get J-Squad and go back. And if they die, then they can repeat it.
Yeah, they would, yeah. There'll be a plan B. They'll stop a claymore to your chest and hope you came against an alpha and hope you got enough blood on you.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Unless you stab it in the neck and drink its blood.
Why wouldn't it work again?
Well, you could try and jump on its neck and just gouge its throat out with your teeth, I guess. Drink its blood.
Fucking hell.
Hey, you want the fail-safe? But then the day resets. Then again, you can just go to the general and go, nuke the Louvre.
Yeah.
It's under the pyramid, nuke the Louvre.
That's it.
Couldn't you? I guess.
Yeah, why didn't they go back to the general?
Well, you didn't find out...
Well, they were trying to arrest them. Well, they didn't arrest them, they tied them up, didn't they? And
even though mortally wounded, Cage managed to drop a belt of grenades, killing the Amiga. The dying Cage floats down through the water into the Amiga's blood, and he awakens en route to his first meeting with General Brigham.
So he does, in the end, he did do what I said just now. Mm-hmm. But he killed it and reset the day for its blood. But he could have done that with the Alpha, just as a fail-safe.
Yeah. Who could he think could have gone back to the General and gone nuke the Louvre?
Yeah.
Nuke it.
Anyway, it's dead now. They've done it.
Cage goes to Heathrow, because he's a major in the US Army at this point, and he's got all his memories. And he just strolls in to meet Vitowski. He hasn't got to roll under a truck. Nothing like that. And she greets him rudely, just like in the previous loops, which amuses him. And I assume he's going to tell her everything that's happened. She'll then remember.
She's got to believe him.
Why will she remember? She won't remember.
She won't remember, but
she'll know. Him. She'll believe him. Yeah, that's what I meant. She'll believe him
because he knows her middle name and that.
Yeah, he
knows stuff about her. So.
And because of when she'd done it at the other place, what's it called?
Verdun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it? So she'll go, oh shit. So how many times did we go through that? And if he's kept count, I don't know if I'd be able to, because there'd be days when I was blackout drunk. I'd be taking at least like a couple of days off a week, wouldn't you?
A couple of days off?
Well, you're stuck in the infinite loop. You train.
I'd take months off.
Yeah, but every day you've got to die, remember? So every day you've got to shoot yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So Ben'll be in the pub
just
and I'll be like,
have a suicide vest on at 11:59. Boom.
Right, yeah, but you got to walk around a heavily militarised London in a suicide vest, like. And don't worry, I'm just going to kill myself and everyone around me at 11:59.
Doesn't matter, it resets.
Yeah, don't worry, it'll reset, officer. Sorry, we'll reset, officer, don't you? Oh, you shot me, I just wake up. Hello, maggot, get up, maggot.
Win-win.
That's just a win-win for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
The film ends with General Bingham sort of going, yep, there's a massive detonation in Paris last night, and mimic activity just seems to have died off because they're all like a hive mind. The Amiga dies, they all die off.
Yeah.
And we're invading, and Russian and Chinese troops are pushing in from Eastern Europe. So let's point to this nightmare scenario now, where we end up with a new Cold War. Right?
Yeah, you know it.
The Russians and the Chinese
Yeah.
are sweeping across Eastern Europe as fast as they can to take as much territory as they can.
Yeah.
So they
And
can
we're
claim
doing the
that
same.
we're doing the same.
Ugh.
And you end up with a new Cold War of 70 plus nations of the West,
They should have just
Plus
killed us off,
America.
didn't they?
right? Versus the Russians
Tom
and the
Cruise
Chinese,
should let 'em
all
win.
armed with nuclear weapons, trying to rebuild, and they're going to say, well, this bit should be communist, this bit should be a democracy. And we've got a new Cold War, and that's it. And we end up nuking ourselves. And we've all got, like, a heavily militarised society, so we just carry on feeding the military-industrial complex.
I'd like to think the military sweeping in from the east is like rebuilding the place and, you know,
And turning it into
living
communists.
happily ever after.
In grey concrete tower blocks.
Mm.
But I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I think it's awesome. It's well worth its 7.8. I think Tom Cruise is quite. I know he's a massive movie star, but I think a lot of people write him off. I know you weren't a fan, Claire.
No, I haven't watched a Tom Cruise film for a while, and it's because he's done a few naff ones.
I mean, look, he's done some good ones. The first Mission Impossible, Top Gun, Days of Thunder. That's a decent movie.
Top Gun.
Top Gun's a great movie.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's not just fucking Top Gun's awesome.
Maybe.
I mean, alright, it is very homoerotic, but it's cool. The jet fighter pilots, man, they're in Top Gun school, the F-14s, the Navy, the aircraft carriers, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a complete propaganda film. For
Yes, alright, it is, but it's still cool. So was Independence Day is technically a propaganda film during the Air Force and the Marines and shoot aliens.
Really?
A little bit.
I've never seen that ever as a propaganda film.
I don't think they had the help from the US forces, did they?
They did until they were going to, and then they said, "Oh, we want to put Area 51
That's
in
it.
the script." And they went, "No, all our help's withdrawn." So they had to CGI it. I don't know. I like this. Do you think we'd stand a chance in any invasion? Our current tech. Let's see. This is pretty much.
What, if they can control time?
No, if they can control time. Let's
No
take
chance.
let's take the time control obviously out of the equation.
That's the whole fucking thing of the film, isn't it?
I know there's mostly multiple scenarios. Like there's the Independence Day scenario. There's this one. There's the War of the Worlds scenario. At our current tech level, with thermonuclear weapons, and we've got exosuits at this level too. That could be the tech we've got now. Could be they'd find a way to fucking double time that into production, wouldn't you?
Yeah, drones as well.
Drones, advanced tech, anything we can get our hands on, pushing the
The trouble is, all they
boundaries.
have to do is EMP, and then we're fucked, aren't
What if they don't do that because they need their own stuff
we?
too?
Maybe. I don't know. It depends greatly on the strength of the aliens, what technology they've got.
That's why I asked if they was biological or
Yeah.
mechanical, because they look sort of mechanical, but they, you know...
They still die. They bleed.
Yeah.
If they bleed, we can kill it.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
If they bleed, we can kill it. I'll watch Predator the musical.
Yeah.
I love Predator the musical. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it all depends on the alien tech. If they can control time, we're pretty much fucked. I know it's obviously for make-believe, obviously, but I mean, it's a complete fluke that he managed to do it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Their
it
one
is.
weakness, and they figured it out and managed to...
Oh, yeah, it's a complete fluke. It just so happens it was on that day as well, the day before that they'd win. They'd take the West, and then I'm guessing America was on it, was being a little bit isolationist in a way.
It would have been a matter of weeks, probably, before they took the whole of the Earth.
Yeah. That was the pinnacle day.
Mm,
I think as a species, we're really good at killing stuff, and I think if some
that's
sort of...
true. Even in that... There's a quote in it, he says, the Major says, "We fight, that's what we do."
Yeah.
We do. We're good at fighting.
Yeah, we always find more inventive ways to kill each other as a species. And I think if all of humanity had to be united in against a common enemy, such as an alien invasion, we'd find out really inventive ways to kill them reasonably quickly. Yeah, we'd lose the first few, but we've got the bodies to throw at it.
I don't think we've got...
I know you're scoffing, Mike. Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible, but it's species. We're at the species level. We're at Starship Troopers. It's also them.
Yeah.
He's fucking... He wants to be in command, doesn't he? And send the bodies, the billions, to their deaths.
You do mean?
Send in the
He
next
wants to be
wave.
Rico, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I want to be you.
Rico.
Rico. Do you want to be Johnny Rico? I want to be a Sky Marshal. I mean, come on, you apes, you want to live forever. At least, I want to be a Sky Marshal. Yes, and you know, I want to be an Imperial Guard General from Warhammer 40,000. I've got billions of troops and just launch them at a planet and just let them do the steamroller over it.
You'd love it. That's a terrible thing. He would love it.
Do I get epaulets?
I'll be on the ground.
Psychopath.
Claire, when you make me my cloak, can I have epaulets?
Epaulets on this cloak as well
Yeah,
as a hood.
please.
And some velvet lining.
Yes, please.
This cloak's becoming quite something.
It is. I'd like black epaulets on the black cloak. Purple
Okay.
interior. This is a great movie and
Yeah.
it fully deserves an episode. It's a fun movie. Watch it. And on that, let's end that episode there. You got any
Fucked up facts?
Fucked up facts.
Cool.
Yeah. Jingle, please.
Facts, fucked up facts,
facts.
Alright.
Swedish cocks.
Swedish cocks?
Swedish cocks.
Watch
Swedish.
that.
What, Swedish cocks?
Yeah, there's something like that on Netflix. Check it out.
No, alright. Oh,
Swedish cocks.
Swedish cocks?
Yeah.
Is it about chickens?
No, it's actually quite funny.
Oh, right, so
It's used to-
Swedish
it's actually-
cops?
No, cocks. I'm sure it is.
It's Swedish dicks.
Swedish dicks. There we go.
I know what it is. It's a Swedish comedy, crime drama comedy
Yeah, yeah.
about two Swedish private detectives with Swedish dicks.
Swedish cocks. Oh my god.
Sorry, Mike.
Cocks on the brain. Swedish built cars, i.e. Saabs, Volvos, are specifically reinforced so the occupants will survive if you hit a moose.
Oh, that's good.
Makes sense.
The Swedish National Road and Transport Research Institute uses a moose crash test dummy to make sure.
Fantastic.
If you're going to be in a safe car, drive a Saab.
Shame that Saab went out of business a few years ago.
I did it.
But I'd imagine their cars are still as sturdy.
They should all be using a moose, shouldn't they?
At least a moose. At least a cow.
Yeah.
You know.
In September this year, a Danish museum gave 534,000 kroner in cash to artist Jens Harning, who was supposed to display in 2 glass frames in another museum. Put the cash in frames
Yeah.
and put it in another museum.
Well, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, the artist pocketed the cash, sent 2 empty frames to the museum, and changed the title of the artwork to "Take the Money and Run."
Oh, the Danes are so trusting. Here you go, here's 125,000 kroner. Stick it in some frames, display it in the museum. Hang on. Surely they've had some security.
Guess he's a famous artist,
He's an
and
artist, and he was
you-
being commissioned
that's
to
it.
produce a piece.
you get paid before you do the job, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. You produce a piece of art.
Oh, maybe he did run to Costa Rica and fuck young girls like Carol Baskin's husband did. Spoiler alert.
Never. Really?
Maybe.
They found him.
No, maybe though. You gotta watch it. Sorry, mate. Carry on with foot facts.
The average public swimming pool contains 75 litres of urine.
Oh, what do I think about it? I don't think about the amount of water I've swallowed from that pool.
Can anyone guess?
But also, yeah, times I've pissed in one. That's what the
Anyone-
chlorine's for, Claire. Don't look disgusted at me. That's what the chlorine's
I've done it as
for.
a kid, but like you know.
I've done it as a fully grown man.
Oh, never. You can piss in the sea. That's all right.
That's what the chlorine's for. Something very enjoyable. If you're just swimming along, just
Fucking
pissing.
hell. That's just... It's not done, mate. You don't do it.
That's what the chlorine's for.
No, it's not.
It is. You lot are wrong.
You're the wrong one.
I'm not like that woman in the band who pissed on that guy's face on stage.
No, but you probably did piss in some guy's face after you swam past.
Kicked it about a bit.
Yeah, I always kicked extra hard.
away from your piss.
Should have kept his distance then?
At least he doesn't just sit there in the warm patch.
That's the main thing. I don't want to swim in.
In the shallow end, he's just like...
That's in the deep end. So is the deep end. There's more water there. Dilutes it faster.
One day you're going to get caught out. It's going to have one of that, you know, them special things that, like, show up your piss with dye.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. I've been swimming for ages, so it's for a reason.
Can anyone guess which country gets more tornadoes per square kilometre than anywhere else on Earth?
USA.
No.
I was thinking that, so I'm going to go for something else.
Can I have another guess?
Yeah.
Egypt.
No.
I was going to go for USA. I can't think where else we'll get them.
Think of somewhere closer to home.
Wales.
Close.
Ireland.
Norway.
No. England.
Oh, yeah, tiny ones though.
Must be. We get more of them.
I've seen one.
Have you?
Yeah, like just a small one at was it Download? No, Leeds Festival. It come over the hills and all the rubbish was being taken up into like a whirlwind.
You know, I have seen something similar to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have. The download.
I was like, no way. We all like, you know, video recorded it, but you just couldn't get what we saw from the video. It was lame.
I've seen one video at a festival where a tornado hit it and it just like swooping tents up. I think it was in the US actually. But yeah, oh god. Yeah, we do have mini ones and we have little like we used to call dust devils though, didn't we? But in autumn we see the leaves start spinning up. You ever seen that?
But Kansas gets a few, don't they?
Yeah. Love that film Twister though.
Do you?
I like Twister.
It's shaft.
I like Twisters, but Twister's the perfect Saturday afternoon film. Bill Paxton again, innit? Can't dislike Bill Paxton.
I just think it's a bit anticlimactic.
It's alright.
I like
Decent
it.
film. Nothing special.
Moving on.
Ugh.
In the USA, there are 11 times as many monuments to mermaids as there are to congresswomen.
They're like, they're mermaids.
Obviously.
That's just mad.
I know.
That's weird. Mermaids. Well, I guess mermaids have had a good 300 years and congresswomen have only had about 50, 60, 70 maybe.
Who counted that up anyway? Jesus.
That's a good point. I bet there's probably more statues of Lenin up in Eastern Europe than there is of mermaids in the US. The mermaids have got a head start on the congresswomen, haven't they?
Well, that's true.
There's loads of mythical beings, aren't they? They're more artistic works, aren't they, usually?
That's it. I mean, London's like there's a statue on every fucking street in central London or something.
We don't do enough stonework these days, do you think?
No, it's all crap now, isn't it? I like a good monument. That's what I liked about Eastern Europe. They know how to the communists know how to do a good monument. Every dictator knows how to do a good monument. I like the war memorials though. So the Crimean War Memorial in London's fantastic. It's all bronzed and it's like got guys in bearskins and muskets. It's huge. It's great.
Didn't they lose like loads of lives doing Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, they did. We'll do an episode on that one day. And the Hoover Dam, we'll put that in because there's a weird thing with the Hoover Dam where the first guy to die on it was the dad of the last guy to die on it.
What?
The first guy that died making the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
You know, this is a bit of a fucked up fact itself. I have to verify it. But the very first worker who died on the Hoover Dam, his son was the very last person who died working on it.
Jesus.
Aww.
Because obviously it took like 10 years to make.
To make it, yeah.
I have to verify that though.
Next one.
Yep.
The first known chili recipe used human flesh for meat.
Jesus Christ, whoa.
Ah.
I suppose we are meant to taste like pork.
Yep.
Apparently. Not that I know. Just I've read.
I'll finish on this one. In 2016, A Florida man. Who else?
No, it's got to be Florida man, hasn't it?
Threw an alligator through a restaurant's drive-through window. He was charged with assault with a deadly weapon.
I guess it is a deadly weapon.
You fucking right.
Can't have been that big though, innit?
Nah, it must have been a little... We're not talking Crocodile Dundee here, are we? We're not talking a 6... He's not throwing a 6 foot gator through there. It's like a kebabby one, isn't it? 2-3 foot?
3 foot, yeah.
3 foot.
Still fucking... You don't
Still
want
not something I want flying in my face, so I drive through window.
Snapping around on the floor.
You throw it a burger.
Yeah. I'd throw it in and say, you want fries with that?
Oh, Mike, you drive through vandal. Is that just something you're bragging about that you did last week? Or was that a foot to fat? Right, let's end the show. I've been Ben. Thank you very much for listening. Don't drink the flavour aid, don't join a cult, and you can find us on Facebook at Come to the Board in the PTA.
No.
Come to the Board in the Post Apocalypse.
Yep. He never gets it right, does he?
SoundCloud, Come to the Board in the PTA.
Yeah. YouTube.
Apocalypse Ball.
Yep. I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
And I've been Claire, keep an open mind, but not so open that it spills out your ears, guys.
And watch Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you would have done before you listened to this.
Yeah, I hope you did. Should have given us
You
spoiler warning.
spoilers.